Hello again. Welcome to Yoga with Come Follow Me. I'm Catherine, and today we're going to go through Mosiah 14 through 17. Also, you guys, last week I hit 100 subscribers on YouTube, and I just want to say thank you. You guys are amazing, and I have really felt prompted to do these videos, and so I'm so glad. It makes me happy that you're enjoying them. I feel all the love, and it makes me excited that you guys are loving these. So thank you. Thank you to you. Always know that I'm just a little ways over the internet. If you want to ever reach out to me or have any questions or anything, feel free to reach out. I'd love to hear from you. Okay, so today, yoga-wise, we are going to go through a series called Surya Namaskara B, or a Sun Salutation B. So let's start at the top of our mats, come to a nice standing position. Roll those shoulders up and down. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. While we're here and standing, I want you to notice your feet. We talked about your feet last week and why we want them to be straight and not in a V, not putting our heels together. We want our big toes slightly together, our heels slightly apart, so that our feet are straight and our ankles are aligned, which aligns our whole body just a little bit more. Feel your feet. Keep that breath alive. Keep breathing, inhaling and exhaling. And right now, I want you to just kind of wiggle your toes. Feel your toes. How many times do we just feel our toes for a minute? Now feel all of the tendons, all of the muscles, all of the bones that are connected to your toes that are wiggling. Feel your ankle. Now go up your leg. Feel everything moving just to wiggle your little toes. Feel everything moving and working in your legs and in your hips, maybe in your core. I don't feel much past that, but maybe you do. Feel that. My toes are kind of getting tired. I don't wiggle my toes like this very often. Okay, so stop wiggling your toes and ground your feet. Feel what's ever underneath them, whether it be carpet, hardwood, your mat. Feel what that feels like. Is it hard? Is it soft? Is it fuzzy? Is it grippy? Just feel that. Be aware of that all of a sudden. Now, with your legs, ground into those feet. Ground down. Feel the weight. Your whole body is on your feet, right? They're on your ankles. Those feet hold a lot. They carry us through everything. Learning time this week with my kids, we're talking all about transportation. Today we just did some little runs across the rooms with our feet because our feet is a huge form of transportation. They love cars, boats, airplanes, all the things, right? As kids do. But like your own body gets you from point A to point B, which is one huge reason why I just love running, because I feel my body taking me places. So just feel that for a minute. Show your feet, your own mode of transportation, some gratitude. On your inhale, reach up, gaze up. Now sink your shoulders back and down. So from yesterday, King Noah put Abinidi in jail, and Abinidi tried to tell them about God. He brought in the 10 Commandments. Exhale, bring your hands to heart center. So chapter 14 brings Isaiah in, and I was a little bit confused by this at first when I first read this, so I called my mom and asked her why Isaiah is coming in. And she said, Isaiah, the book of Isaiah has always been something that we've been told to study. Study the book of Isaiah, the words of Isaiah, right? Which are a little bit confusing, and chapter 14 was, again, a little bit confusing to me. I think it is cool that Abinidi is using so many resources to tell them about God, including the words of Isaiah, which proves that his testimony is nothing near weak. His testimony is strong. He's been prepared for this and coming to his people for at least 2 years, right? He was in hiding for 2 years. That's probably because he was just preparing himself. He probably came out and said, God told me to do this, scared himself because King Noah's no joke, and went back to just strengthen everything in him to come back and tell the people. So I can just imagine how strong his testimony is at this point. And the fact that he just brings in these words of Isaiah, which are not completely easy words to understand and let alone teach other people about them, means he's such a strong servant of God. Okay, so from here we're going to inhale our arms all the way up. And exhale, bring that hip down into an Utkatasana or chair pose, just like you're sitting on a chair. Engage that core, and from here we're not poking out our butt, right? We've been over this. We tuck our tailbone and reach up, gaze up. Your weight is in your heels. So in chapter 14, he teaches that even Isaiah says that God carries our sorrows, that we are God's sheep, and that he has poured out his soul unto death. Exhale, bring your hands to our center. Inhale, straighten those legs, and exhale, bending that hip. Bring your chest towards your legs. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen the spine, gaze out. Exhale, bring your chest to your legs, gaze back. Uttanasana or forward fold. Inhale, lengthen the spine, gaze out. Exhale, plant the palms and jump or step your feet back into a high plank. Lower down into the bottom of your push-up. Inhale, lift the chest, curl over the tops of your feet, gaze up. And on your exhale, curl over your toes, lift the hips high, engage the core, downward facing dog. So then in 15, back to the words of Abinidi, he says, we are the seed of God. And he talks about that, and I just love that picture. I'm such a plant lover, and I love the picture of the fact that we are God's seeds. And he talks about how we are seeds when we listen to God, when we abide by his words, when we grow our testimony. That's when we grow. We grow through Christ. And we are his seeds that he nourishes and waters. Inhale here. On your exhale, bring your right foot in between both of your hands. Your back heel is going to come down onto the ground. Inhale, reaching up, warrior one, gazing up. So he also talks about resurrection and eternal life. He talks about salvation and Zion. And then in chapter 16, exhale, both hands down to that foot. Bring that right leg back to meet the left. Down to the bottom of your push-up. Inhale, lift the chest. Bring the top of the feet down to the ground. Gaze up. Exhale, lift the hips high. Engage the core, downward dog. Take a couple of breaths. In chapter 16, he talks about the wicked will be cast out because of him. The sting of death is swallowed in Christ. Redemption comes through Christ. On your next exhale, bring the left foot in between both of your hands. Swivel that back heel down to the ground. Inhale, right fingertips all the way up to the sky. Gaze up, warrior one. So in chapter 17, King Noah says, kill him. We don't want his words. We don't want his teachings. And Alma comes out of nowhere, and he kneels down in front of King Noah and says, please don't kill him. I believe in his words. Exhale, arms back down to the mat, palms rooted and planted, left foot back to meet the right, lower down to the bottom of your push-up. Inhale, top of the feet go down, chest up, gaze up. Exhale, downward facing dog. So then King Noah is like, okay, so kill both of them. We don't want either of them now. So Alma runs and hides, and the people of King Noah go after him and chase him, and they can't find him. So Alma is now who we will be following from here on out. So King Noah says, well, bring me Abinidi. We know where he is. So they do. King Noah says to him, deny your words, deny your beliefs, or we will kill you. And Abinidi says, never. My testimony will never be denied. Inhale, look at your hands, bend your knees. Exhale, jump or step your feet in between both of your hands. And reach your arms all the way up, back into that Utkatasana or chair pose. Curl over that tailbone, engage that core, gaze up. And exhale, Samastihiti, standing pose, hands at heart center. So Abinadi is then burned at the stake. I just want to give Abinidi a hug. I just want somebody to go up and give him a hug. But I guess Alma did that by saying, no, I believe him. There is one person who has benefited from your bravery and courage and strength, Abinidi, and it's me, it's Alma. And I'm listening, I'm hearing you. I guess that's a hug, right? I'm sure that Abinidi is like, yeah, thank you. And then I wanted to quickly just go back to chapter 15. You're probably nice and warm. If you guys want to take any more stretches or poses at this time, go ahead and do that. Keep that breath as active as you'd like. And again, root down into your feet. Feel your feet one last time. In verse 15, oh, how beautiful upon the mountains were their feet. In verse 18, I say unto you, that is not all. How beautiful upon the mountains are the feet of him that bringeth good tidings, the founder of peace, even the Lord, who redeemeth his people, who have granted salvation unto his people. He's just pouring out his heart that God is real and he has feet to walk upon the earth. It brought me back to those stories we hear of the people washing Jesus' feet. Their feet were dirty. They were so dirty. And when somebody kneels down to wash somebody's feet, they're walking on ground for days and days and days. Their feet are callous, their feet are dirty, their feet are rough. For somebody to kneel down and wash somebody's feet in that time, it was a huge gift of their sacrifice, of their time, and of who that person really meant to them. So when I read that, I thought about that. Oh, how beautiful upon the mountains were their feet. His feet carried him everywhere. They will carry him everywhere on earth through the resurrection and the second coming. And they still carry him, and now we get to be carried through those same feet. I relate Christ to our feet. He carries us. He walks us through the things that we need to do. He gets us from point A to point B. He is our form of transportation. He is our leading, guiding feet. He's there with us every step of the way. We cannot go anywhere without our feet. We get to rely on him. I think that's kind of what Abinidi is saying. He is our feet, and he leads us more than these people even know, right, that are following Noah. So I'm going to leave that with you. As you go through your week, notice your feet. Relate them to Christ, how he carries us, how he walks everywhere with us, and he takes us to the places that we're supposed to and meant to be. Notice your feet. Love your feet. Give them extra love. Give them nice new massages. The light in me honors and loves the light within you. Namaste.